And then I ruin it by cutting. The title sucks. It's kind of Halloween-y. That shot's ugly as fuck. Don't like the cut. Oh no, why is it focused on my nose there? Fucking Nerf. No. Why did I do that? What's up, everybody? So recently I watched Obsession, and after that, a couple of weeks after that, I watched The Backrooms. Besides the fact that they're both freaking awesome movies, go see them in theaters right now. I also just felt inspired. You know, both of these guys had an upbringing on YouTube. Kane with his Backrooms content and all of the other short films that he made, obviously. And Curry Barker with his sketches and also his short films. I was just inspired. And I was like, you know, I made a couple of short films. I watched them, I mean, kinda recently, and I had a couple of thoughts. So today I thought, you know what, let's just react to one of these short films, share the things that I would do differently right now when it comes to editing, writing, like directing a bunch of these things. So yeah, let's get into it. I don't know if he originally said it, but Curry Barker said in an interview that if Steven Spielberg, you know, was a kid today, or was a teen, something like that today, would have uploaded his content on YouTube. And I just think that's so true. Let's get into it. It's a bit sped up, kind of weird. Sorry. So that shot was like half a minute long. I could have trimmed that down a bunch. I also don't really know. I mean, I guess we kind of need a shot because it explains something later, but the shot's way too long. Basically, you could have cut half of it off. 1 second, I have to fix. All right. That shot's ugly as fuck, so I would have cut that whole shot out. The title sucks. It's kind of Halloween-y. I don't know why, though. Don't like the cut. Too long. So if we would have cut the last shot out, we could just start from here, and that would have saved everyone a bunch of time. I don't like that. Could hear a cut in the audio too. Ugly ass cross the solve. Too long. I would have kept the hat on because it kind of added to the time period a little bit, in my opinion. Don't need to see that of me walking in like a shop. So it's kind of confusing, I realize that, but the idea here was that when he just had the cube, right, he found it somewhere, I guess, and then it lit up and it showed him to where he needed to go, and it kind of lured him to this computer, which the film doesn't really explain that much, I think, and it's the year 1924, so my character's just extremely confused as to what the fuck, you know, this is. That took a while to explain, and kind of the movie should have been pretty self-explanatory. Why is it focused on my nose there? It's kind of weird. So if I were to do this again, and I probably even had a shot of this, but I would just cut from this, maybe to like a close-up or a medium shot of me looking down at the keyboard and then starting to type, because right now it's kind of sudden, maybe. So, like that shot. I don't know why I don't like that shot. I would have changed it because it's focused on the chair for some reason and not on anything like important. I don't know how he figured this out, the character, because there's like a thing there, you will see it now. Somehow he knows that he has to put it on there. And the idea is that when he puts it on there, the computer like kind of boots and he like gets sucked into the computer. Yeah, why not? I don't know why that was in color. So there's like a small thing that I added in my eyes that kind of, you could see something shift. I like that.
It's like a small little detail.
What the fuck did you make? You're flying too close to the sun, kid. Why are you keeping this
This is
secret?
probably like
The world
one of
deserves
the favorite scenes I have from this short film.
know about this when it's
Although my dad's wearing a PME Legend vest in the year 1924.
worse off because of it. How did you make this? How much more did you
Oh
make?
dear.
A lot. People are getting a letter.
So I don't know why it was so effective, but this was just shot like, this is the easiest thing I shot in the entire short film, because it's just setting up my green screen and then changing the background to this wall. And obviously I had to track it a bunch, so that's pretty hard. When it comes to VFX, it was actually pretty hard, even though, you know, it kind of looks like it's something from the past, but that's the whole point. And I added a candle that's not even a real candle, and then me with the jacket and the hat on. I don't know why, but I really like this scene. It's like this little table that would make sense to just be in a restaurant, you know what I mean?
Of them to pretend like they invented it. And why not release all of it now? The world isn't ready for it.
Still a bunch of exposition, but I don't know, I think it works. I kind of
Killing
need
me
it.
wouldn't be of any use. The letters will still arrive. It literally wouldn't make any difference.
His acting was like surprisingly good in it. So I just set the shot up with like my mom, and my mom was helping with the camera and with the sound, I think, which I changed later. I don't know if I would do it now because maybe it's kind of distracting, but she was helping with that, with the camera and the audio. And then, you know, me and my dad were just acting in it behind a green screen or in front of a green screen.
If you kill me, you have about 5 seconds. Till
Love this part.
I'll take my chance.
So the animation is kind of random because it looks like an animation. Maybe it's time period accurate, but it still looks kind of funny. But I like that after this, the camera gets picked up. You know, you can kind of see it shifting a little bit, and then it moves into me. Yeah, I love that. Don't like the title. It's random. Also second style, but I don't know. I mean, the first was in the past and now it's in the future, or present, I guess. So I don't know why I added a futuristic title card. So my name was plastered on my desk, so I kind of had to hit that, because otherwise I was like, well, that's random if this character that's not named my name is behind the desk with my name on it for some reason. Also, this is the first time that I like worked with actors that weren't like family members or friends. Kind of long. That sucked. It's a weird sound effect, I think. But I would just, like, in the future, if I were to do this again, I would just have different sound effects, first of all. And second of all, still have the music playing right now, because I had it on pretty loudly. And you would still be able to hear through those headphones in the future. I still have, the same headphones. They're not the same, because those broke. They're, like, pretty comfy on your ears, and they're really cheap. See them a bunch on studios too. Don't like that shop. Jesus. I don't know why. I mean, that's a lot of text. I had to do this in a rush, I think. And I realized that it's a lot of text when I was editing it, so I just zoomed in. It's still too much. I even had a version where I think I just had the important words not blurred out and the rest was blurred out, but that looked kind of random. So I didn't do that. But if I were to do this again, I'd do something with more or less words. Or I just like have my dad's character send a video message because he has all of this technology. Then why would he send a fucking letter? I don't know. I don't know why the zoom in and why keep this in anyway. Kind of ugly. My idea was like Edgar Wright kind of edit, I think, but the problem is that's not very interesting to look at because it's just a bunch of cables. I don't know why I did this after the fact. Probably time, but it still would have looked so much better if I just had a graphic that I could use on the day instead of this green screen thing. Weirdly trippy. So it's kind of a weird effect right there, but I thought it kind of looked like the on and off button from my computer back then. I was like, well, it'd be fun if it kind of looked like that, maybe. Don't like that he has floating head hair though. He's inside of the computer right now, by the way. Gonna see glitching. This, like, one of my favorite VFX shots in the entire thing. He reacts before anything happens, I guess. I think you could look at it, but I don't know. Love the muscle flashes with the lights. That looked pretty real, no? I really like that. It's like I did this with the camera when she did that. That's pretty cool. The sound effects I like. I love that she's holding a Nerf gun.
We're all friends here, alright?
So, I guess when you do it frame by frame, you can kind of see it's not real. Could have extended it in the edit maybe, but you don't really notice it in the actual thing. I also like that the music kind of builds up. Like, it's... You hear the sound effect, which I like. Builds up, and then it stops, and he says his line. I like that I did that. Look, I also have to say things that I like about the thing, right? Because otherwise, it'd just be me roasting my own short film.
Friends here, alright?
No, we're not. What the hell are you?
They did a great job here, by the way, with the lines they were given.
I'm human. What the hell? So cool. These look so realistic.
Fucking Nerf.
Like I said, who the hell are you?
Oh, okay. My name is Danny. I'm not from here. I'm from reality.
Reality?
Yeah.
This is reality. What are you trying to do?
No, this isn't reality.
So, the idea here there's like, I don't know, this thing, I guess, this, I don't know what it is, spaceship that's fighting with another helicopter, plane, spaceship, something like that. And they're just shooting at each other. And then you can see, I really like that I did that, because it really helps sell the effect. My mom or my dad, whichever one wasn't holding the boom pole, was holding like a leaf blower that I brought with me, that whenever I said yes, they would turn on and point at her hair. Like before this starts, I think that shot works really well. And Blender effects I did in a night, I think. Oh no, where?
So tell me, how long have you been living here?
For about 5 years now.
I would have thought you would have putting a whole team together within that time.
Hard to do when you don't trust anyone.
Awkward.
What the hell is that?
That's a virus.
So that line, that's virus, doesn't really work. It's a weird ass line. Like, I don't even blame her, because that line wouldn't have worked for anyone. It wouldn't have worked for Meryl Streep.
No! Don't even think about it.
What is it?
Exposition dump coming in 3, 2, 1.
People think it might be the only way to win from the viruses. Millions have tried opening it.
What happened?
Shot this with the same camera that I'm filming this on. Not the same lens, I think, but it might have been. I'm not sure. I don't think it was. So I love that part of just a flashback of another guy which tried to open it and his head gets blown up. I don't know. I just think it's funny.
Aren't you listening?
A weird cut. Do love that you see the lights in the reflection. Really helps sell that.
Don't do it. They all died.
This is like the ugliest frame you can ever imagine in anything.
Because they were programmed to.
No. No, 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 why?
Still don't believe me?
Why? Oh, that sucked. Okay.
Good. Yeah. That's fine.
You love how the shot looks.
I gotta go. Bye.
What's that?
Oh, a friend of mine stole some guns from me.
Cool.
Yeah, we don't need that. I would just
Oh, a friend of mine stole some guns from me.
cut it somewhere
What's
here
that?
Oh, a friend of mine stole some guns from me.
and then continue it here.
Is it me or is it getting bigger?
Because we don't really need a close-up, because you still see it anyway.
Oh. Yeah, I think so. But we didn't do anything.
You did. Give me that gun.
Love the music, love the handheld. Don't love these effects. And the zoom-ins, they're out of place as well. Same with the effects here and the zoom-outs, I guess. So I'm just gonna let you watch this scene for a bit, but this scene has like a special place in my heart because the acting is really good in it. This is one of the scenes where I just kind of paid attention to the lighting as well. There's like an MC light right here that's meant to kind of look like a moonlight.
So many people already?
The audio isn't great.
To get boring.
It's kind of out of sync. I love this shot though.
It wasn't boring when I didn't
Kind
know all
of with the eyeliner and stuff
Was it
right here.
real?
It does make it.
Yes, I like too, but he's kind of soft for some reason. So he's a little bit out of focus, I think. But the thing about this shot is that you could see one right here somewhere. You could see the light that I had. And you could see in some shots, I think in this one too, you could see the camera on the tripod in the background in the reflection. So I had to cut all of that out. In the age where it was the beginning of generative fill, I spent like so much time on that, like probably the most time out of anything and out of any of the effects in the short film I spent on that. And I'm really proud of it because it's an effect that you don't really see, that you're not supposed to see. And if you did see it, it would have ruined the whole thing. You would have been like, what the fuck is that? But you can't see it. It's an invisible effect shot in like all of the shots that you see of him. So I'm really glad with how that turned out. It was a pain in the ass though, I'll tell you that.
People who don't know. I might not look like it, but
I don't know.
I don't have many friends outside of
I mean, I get it, I guess.
this world.
But doesn't that
Not
mean
as good as
that you
close-up
do
shot,
have
but it's
more
alright.
family to you? And doesn't that also mean you can spend a lot more time with your actual family? Don't you miss them now?
Don't know about the background song there. Guess they could have had it on the speaker or something, but I don't know, they just knew each other.
Your friends and your family?
Don't know about that.
I do.
The voice in the background. Love this shot.
Well, then, let's kick some ass.
Kind of grainy, but it's alright. I remember just walking someday and thinking of this scene really randomly. It's a quiet scene. The effects here are better in my opinion, but it's also just because it's dark and because I added blood in the things for some reason, which I didn't do before. I like that. I like this ending of the shot.
Well, I guess that was it.
I guess it was. I had a really good time, you know.
It's sweet. This is sweet.
Never killed more people in viruses without feeling anything.
I guess you did trust me.
It's nice. Right? I don't know. I think it's pretty nice, in my opinion. The scene. The acting really helps sell it. And it's just a heartfelt moment, which is always good. And then I ruin it by cutting... No, I ruined it by cutting to a different angle in the middle of a shot. No. Why did I do that? I think I wanted my cat to have a cameo in it, but I think this shot... Let's look at it again. Yeah. I think this shot looks way better anyway, so I don't know why I didn't just extend the shot longer, like let it begin whenever the shot before this begins, and we would have still had the cameo of my cat in it. And it would have worked way better. I don't like that transition, it's way too easy. Compared to the first one, this isn't trippy at all. These are all copyrighted songs, by the way, but I didn't have ads on anyway. You could see a picture of me right there. Kind of. Okay, it's still on. And because of the music we hear, I don't think that's a good thing. We get it though, this is kind of too long, way too long. Trim that down. Weird cut. Oh, here you could also see me in the camera in the reflection, and I don't know if I couldn't, but I didn't want to spend any more time on the reflections, and it was one of the only shots I had of this, so I just lazily zoomed this one in and then back out, and you can tell. So my direction there should have been clearer, in my opinion, because the idea here was that he was just going for a walk after what the fuck just happened, where he was just in the computer world, kind of reflecting, thinking about it. I should have shot a bunch more close-ups here and seeing him, his face relieved or something like that. And then I should have told him to kind of run a little slower or walk a little slower, because he walks really fast right here. And the idea was just that he was walking slowly and then suddenly there was an explosion. pew, 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 pew. Didn't have a budget, obviously, to show all of that for real. Like this. It's just out of focus, so I manipulated the edit to kind of see it from his perspective, even though that would have been like this instead of more eye level like this. Because right here you're kind of looking down on her while she's looking down on him. And that shot was out of focus, so. Love this song, still. There's also credit to them because this is the first time they actually not met, because we did a little table read right here, but it was the first time that they like acted together, I think. And then they have to shoot the last scene, which is pretty important scene in the short film, and they really pulled it off. It's kind of dark though. I had one MC light here. Love this shot. All of those cars driving by, I think it's like 4. Yeah, it was totally a happy accident. Like after I shot that, I was like, holy shit, that was such a happy accident. And I'm so glad with how that looks right now. So I kept it in. So they both of the actors drove really far to like my home. I never met them on message, I think, and on WhatsApp. It's crazy, guys. It was like such a good experience. I remember shooting the kitchen scene, I think, and running out of memory on my camera. And I was so stressed out. Like, it's crazy. I was looking for SD cards everywhere. I was like, Mom, Dad, where the fuck? I was like, do I have any more SD cards? Because at first I was like, I could just dump it on a computer and then continue filming. But that would have taken 2-3 hours, something like that. And we did not have time for that. So after a while, I think my dad was like, oh, I think I have an SD card here. And then we could continue shooting. But I was so stressed the fuck out. It's crazy. But I learned from it. Learned from all of this. The idea here, by the way, is that the character kind of... What was her name again? Hold on. I love this shot, by the way, with the title inside of it. But the idea was that she got out of the computer because it was still on. And when she called the person, she was putting together like a team to start a war in the real world, to take over the real world and kill a bunch of people there, obviously, during that war. And they would start fighting. And that's why Eve of Destruction is playing the song. Love this shot. Pretty long, but that's kind of the point. And these flashing lights you see really sell all of it, I think. Yeah. I don't like these titles that much anymore. Alright, here's Danny. What's her name again? It's also kind of still, by the way, right now. Alright, Ariana. Apparently I didn't remember that. I don't think her name's ever said in the short film too. Bunch of random names. Yeah. That's it. This is the latest short film I made, I think. I uploaded this like a bunch of music from EpidemicSound, of course, and all of the other sound effects. But just a school assignment, by the way. They were like, we want you to do something like all of the students that you always wanted to do, but we never gave the assignment for. And I was like, all right, you never let me make a short film, so I'm going to make a short film. I didn't finish it in time. I did finish the trailer in time, worst version of the trailer. But I uploaded this 4 years ago. So that's 2022. But I filmed it, I think, in like 2020. So I took 2 years between assignments from school and a bunch of other stuff to edit this. And after a while, I think I was like, I really want to edit this short film and finish it for once. Because these people also, a bunch of people helped me make it. It's a weird choice, by the way, in the credits, in my opinion. Like, just end at a quote. Why would you have quote there and then say at the end, like, yeah, okay, we get it. But yeah, that's the short film. That's my thoughts right now on the short film after years of making it. If you actually want to maybe like see me re-edit the short film or something like that, leave a comment down below. I'm also writing a new short film right now that I'm really excited about. It might just be a future length film that I'll probably put on YouTube, by the way. Keep your eyes out for that. If you want to see a bunch of other things I'm making, subscribe, like this video if you liked it, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. No! The card of my fucking camera was full. How long did it record? No. That's crazy. Yeah, so after a while, you're not gonna see my face.